guess I'm live. Just getting centered. All right. So what's up? What's new? How's it going for you? About to come through with some new information. So good thing you're in tune with this station of knowledge. So ignore what they tell you in college and just get this money straight up. You don't need to take that path that's gonna slow you down when you can just flip that money around and make more quick. So yeah, what I'm trying to talk about today is some news that I just saw. You've seen my channel before. I put out a video, I believe, I don't remember, something like maybe beginning of October, but it was like, the end of summertime, and it was about GameStop. GameStop stock, GME is the ticker. So if you wanted to look up a stock, you look up the ticker. In the case of GameStop is GME. So basically, at the time, I was talking about it was really risky, but it was a business that was failing, and they were basically like found a new leader. They got someone who had success with business in the past to basically take control of their business, or so they said. In the future, like this guy was going to be taking control, and a lot of people were saying a lot of bullish things because of it. However, at the same time, there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes as far as money. Basically, a lot of I would say like funds, talking about like big money traders, talking about like hedge funds type people or companies had a lot of money in GameStop for a long time, and they were all shorting it and making a lot of money. Meaning they were making money saying like the more the price goes down, the more money they're going to make. Well, that's where WallStreetBets comes in. And if you've never heard of WallStreetBets and you're trying to be rich, you're trying to get some money, you're trying to understand how this money flows around, you should look into WallStreetBets. And basically, a lot of people have lost a lot of money on WallStreetBets, and a few people have made a lot of money on WallStreetBets. I don't really look at that as advice for the most time. I just like to see what's going on. Really, I mean, with any of this money stuff, like I just look at it as like a little bit of advice, but I would rather just go off my own intuition and my own research at the end of the day. But I'd like to hear what they got to say. So anyway, yeah, the WallStreetBets people were saying, hey, we could make a huge short squeeze happen right here, right? Meaning like all these people have money in saying that like, we bought right here, and if the price drops down here, then we make more and we make more and we make more. But usually they have leverage. So if it were to go up, and they were to lose money, well, because they have this leverage, once they lose a certain amount of money, then it like automatically their account will just go bankrupt. The exchange will take all their money and it will put it in to buy the stock. So that's what happens in a short squeeze is a lot of people get liquidated, meaning they lose everything that they have in that account on that trade. And yeah, it just pulls the stock price way up. So basically what happened was I think I put that video out around the time that it was like around maybe like $10 a share per stock. And just today, the price is somewhere around like, I think like $150 or something like that. Maybe a little bit less. Let's see. Yeah. Let me look up this exact amount real quick. Yeah, so this thing is actually at 77. So I'm glad I looked that up because I just saw another chart. Yeah, okay. The other chart I was looking at is basically somebody's prediction. So there's a lot of that stuff here too on like on the internet. Like you don't even know sometimes if you're looking at the right chart until you actually, you can see a lot of people that post stuff and make it look like a real chart. But yeah, until you go check it out. But anyways, I mean, since January 12th, over the past like 2 weeks, this thing's gone from like $20 to $77. And that would make sense if like the company was actually a profitable company. Um, in the case of Tesla, where Tesla has spiked up. But I mean, Tesla's, a lot of that is kind of on speculation. But at the same time, they are getting orders to sell cars and they're coming into a huge market, which they're going to be dominating. Where GameStop has just been steadily going out of business and losing money. And a lot of people are surprised it's still even in business. So why would it have, right? Like something like 700% gains in less than a year is because of manipulation. That's most likely. This is actually one of the most searched topics right now. Check out the Google Trends, and there's some more articles about it. But yeah, I was reading a Bloomberg article, and they were basically saying that they felt like all this price action, like all this huge spike in price, was just simply because of the Wall Street bets people. But I mean, how do you prove that? It's really like probably that's what happened, but it's very difficult to prove that that's actually the reason that this short squeeze happened. Most likely, like most likely this is a short squeeze. But I mean, yeah. But anyways, yeah. Always too before I go on more with the story and what's going on. If you feel like you got any comments or questions, go ahead. So yeah, I mean, when something spikes up like that to like the past 2 days went from like $40 to like 77, that's pretty crazy. And first thing I would have to say is like if you're new to all this might look like a good opportunity. Seeing like on the front page of the internet, seeing on like one of the most searched things is people are looking this up right now. And these articles are, the first thing they're talking about before they're getting into really like what a short squeeze is and how that might have worked in this situation. The first thing they're doing is showing like, oh, these people on Wall Street Bets, which yeah, if you don't know, Wall Street Bets is like a kind of a group in on a site called Reddit where they just kind of post random information. And Wall Street Bets is generally like, I think for the most part, a lot of it is people that don't know what they're doing, and it's like crazy gambling, like trying to do the most riskiest thing to make the like highest amount of money. And usually these people end up like losing everything pretty quick, but sometimes they make a lot. And anyways, what they're showing in this case is like the first thing on this article is one trader turned $53,566 into more than 11 million. Okay, well, that people that don't really understand this whole game and how it works. I mean, what's that going to do? That's going to get them thinking like how much money they can be making, and looking at this like, oh man, this thing has gone up so much in this short period of time. I better get in. I better buy some before it goes up more. But like looking at something like this, it's like one of the worst mistakes you could ever make is buying something that's gone up this much in this short a time. And sometimes maybe you'll get lucky and you buy something like that and it goes up and it keeps going up. But in my experience, the majority of the time, that's a lot of what these media articles, these mainstream media articles that I read, or even like videos or even commercials or even like watching Bloomberg News or whatever the channel might be. It's kind of like I feel like they're kind of trying to get people hyped up to buy into bad situations. when usually they would have bought it a long time ago. And they're not telling people to buy it when they buy it. They're telling the people to buy it when it's like the worst time to buy it. So either they can sell it into them, or hopefully that maybe will make the price go up. But they're not going to be the ones that get take the loss really if it goes against them. So yeah, the first thing they're really doing in this article that's clearly talking about how like this company is not like profitable, does not have good balance sheets, should not by any means like the stock price like most likely with a company like this would be going down. But seeing that it was more people had like shorted this stock, put more money into it to go down than any other stock, people just kind of took advantage of that. But yeah, they started the article talking about how like you can make so much money and how these people make so much money. But then like if you actually read into the article, then they're really telling you that like, yeah, this is not a good situation, especially right now to be getting into. You know, maybe if you were on this Wall Street bet thing a while back and you saw the situation and you thought, you know, this is what I think is going to happen. I think there will be enough buy pressure that we can do a short squeeze. But even then, it would have been taking a huge risk at that point. So, you know, basically, I'm just looking at this like, man, a lot of this stuff confuses a lot of people. But at the same time, I mean, look at how much money like this dude turned like 50K into like 11 million in like you know probably like a couple months. So the money's out here. Like this is all very possible. And I mean, who knows like how much money this guy like made or lost before this, you know, but once you start to figure out how this money stuff works, that's like the first part, right? The even more important part is the mindset. And that's really what I don't see anybody. I mean, like, I don't see like any of these articles talking about like having the right mindset when you're going about doing this stuff. A lot of it is just, you know, playing off emotion of like how much money you could make. And while that's part of it, I mean, you got to have that right mindset. You got to understand how this stuff works and understand how money can affect your thinking and how greed, primarily greed, comes into the picture. Um, when when this happens, and how I'm seeing really like you know, say like Bloomberg, right? Like I'm glad that Bloomberg exists because they provide a lot of helpful information, right? Like I learned a lot about how the markets work just from watching Bloomberg, right? Just from like watching these people, how they think, how they go about this stuff. But I can tell like I'm not like this is not those are not the people on there for the most part. Maybe some of the tech people are people that I would be associated with, but for the most part, these people are like the exact opposite of me. Like I can tell, yeah, they have a lot more knowledge as far as this financial stuff might go. You know, is using maybe like words that I don't understand, that I'm still learning, and certain like concepts. But at the end of the day, I can tell like a lot of these people have not mastered like their own mind when it comes to greed, when it comes to like fear and stuff like that. So you see basically they're either pushing fear or greed. In this case, I see them pushing greed pretty hard. Um, at pretty much like the worst time that you want to make people greedy. So that's why you got to be so careful. And like what I'm saying is like you could know all this stuff. You could understand like how all these markets work, how they're tied together, like all the information. But I mean, if you don't understand how your own mind is going to react to the fear and the greed, um, then you're going to get burnt. Probably you're going to get wrecked, which simply means that you probably lose a lot of money. Which like you know why put all the time and effort into it. So yeah, you know that's why my station is going to come through with more for you in regards to like the mindset, understanding the fear and greed, the stuff that like I can see that a lot of people in this game don't really know, don't really even understand that they need to like that it's like a skill that they can master, that they can get better at. Um, so yeah, I think looking on to the next thing, and as I said, go check out my video I first put out about the GameStop GME, and you would see, like I was talking about all this stuff from before, and I mean, pretty much like what happened was, a lot of people got greedy in the sense of selling it, of shorting it, and they just kind of let their guards down. And small group of people on this Wall Street Bets community exploited that weakness in these people. They saw that greed. They saw that here's an opportunity to take advantage of these big funds and these big corporations that have a lot of money in this, that are super greedy, and just like put that money in their own pockets just by understanding the market. So I mean, it's all out here. Like this is all possibilities. Like I mean, a big part of it too is like, do like most people, would they even have an intention of becoming rich? Do they even believe that's like of having like being able to buy whatever they want without checking the price, go wherever they want, stuff like that? Like a lot of people, that's not even in their reality. Like they wouldn't even try. But like the quickest thing I found when when I went away from that typical path of like working for somebody else, doing what like society kind of imprints on you from an early age, the path that you're supposed to take so that you don't stick out, so that people don't like you know see you as like different from them, and then like just all that kind of stuff, right? But who are the ones that are rich out here, right? Are they the people that are the ones that are acting like everybody else, or that are doing what they think they're supposed to be doing, that followed the career path that their school told them to take, or like other people told them to do? No, it's people like the people that are watching me. It's people like me and you that actually believe that this stuff can be possible, and that understand that it's all out here, that so all you got to do is put in this work, which really at the end of the day, I mean, I enjoy doing this. Like I enjoy doing this research. I enjoy understanding this stuff. I enjoy just getting money. Like it's like a game to me in a way. But make a lot of mistakes. Like everyone's gonna make a lot of mistakes, but yeah, you just gotta keep learning. And what I think that what you'll find is really like once you do break away from that mainstream mold, however you want to call it, that it's super easy compared to that, right? Compared to going to a job and like having someone tell you what to do and doing what they tell you, and maybe thinking that in 10 or 20 years you'll get rich if you keep doing that. Um, yeah, I mean it's way easier just to like take your own path to do what you want to do. But yeah, changing the topics again. Looks like I've been going for about 20 minutes, so probably just talk about one more thing real quick. So like looking at what's trending right now, GME, that's pretty big up there, but that's number two. But number one and number three and number four even are all about basically Google Docs, Google Drive, and Google Meet, like Google features. So talking about putting files into Google Docs and backing up files in the cloud and stuff like that. So people are actively searching that right now. And I mean, that makes me think of two things, right? Like Google as a company, Makes me want to look into to how they're doing and what any kind of like earnings they might have coming up. Um, Kind of look at their history, what's been going on with their stock price, stuff like that. But also too, I already own, and I think I'm going to do a video on Dropbox. So Dropbox is like a cloud document storage place, among other features. Well, basically, yeah, Dropbox, from what I understand, is one of the most undervalued companies out here. And just seeing that right now, that the top trending articles and ideas right now are all about like cloud storage and backup. I mean, that says something to me. Like the way business is going, more in the future, more and more people will use that kind of stuff. And yeah, who knows which is going to be, whether it's Google Docs, whether it's Dropbox, who knows, right? Mega is another one. But I mean, there's clearly a trend of people um, trying to figure this out, right? Trying to understand there's probably businesses that are in the process of converting all old files into cloud, into the doc. I know that's been a big thing for the past, maybe 10 to 20 years since cloud documents started coming up. A lot of businesses, they used to keep all their information basically in like storage cabinets and in files and like on paper. I mean, businesses would have like whole rooms full of just file cabinets, full of paper, full of documents, right? And not only is that like a space problem where you're basically paying rent for all these documents and pieces of paper when you could just be storing it on the internet, but it also creates a problem as far as like sensitive information that could harm the business if the wrong people got a hold of it. So then they have to have security for that in some cases too. So yeah, that's why I think like in the future, that's a big reason that I've one of the top companies that I'm bullish on right now that I see for like long-term growth is Dropbox. Um, just because I understand that, the way that trends are going with business as far as like businesses and storing information. And I can see that now, I can see that now even more when I look at what's trending on Google, and like three of the top five trending searches are all about storing files into cloud backup documents, stuff like that. So anyway, I think that might be it for what I got to say. As always, I'm going to try to come to you with new information with no delay. So for right now, I'm leaving. I'll come live another time again and make some new videos for all my friends that are trying to get rich and trying to get this money. And don't let anybody else keep you bummy. Realize that you make that decision, that you're gonna see abundance, that you're gonna get whatever it is. Um, don't let anybody talk you out of it because they don't think that it's possible for themselves. Don't let anybody, even if they don't tell you that they think that this not going to work out, because they don't think it would work out for themselves, because they don't have the whatever it would be to achieve what you want to achieve. Don't let them tell you that. A lot of times, even they'll just they don't even won't tell you directly. Like they'll just judge certain things you do. But then that's how you know to see through, is you already know, like, hey, like it's not all like, you know, it's not all like everybody's gonna be like on your side and in your corner as soon as you go against the grain like that. It's pretty much, in my experience, the opposite for the most part, which is why it's even more important to find people that are really on the same type of like mindset or goals, or trying to get the same thing you're trying to get, trying to achieve the same things. Really, yeah, you just gotta stay focused, because, like I'm saying, the mindset's the biggest thing. Keep on listening, keep on watching the channel, because I'm gonna come through with more of this mindset stuff, and I know because I'm paying attention to what's going on out here in this money world and the money game, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing people. I'm seeing the mindsets like 80% of important when it comes to getting what you want to get or being where you want to be, and really like knowing how to do it, like understanding how the stock market works or how money works, or like how to get a job or like how to start a business. That's really like 20%, right? Like anybody can learn that stuff, to me, easy. Like that's like, kind of like how you learned in school, like read it out of a book, watch a video, whatever, and you just learn over time. But the mindset stuff, like that's a whole different game. But it's all tied together. So yeah, I'll be coming through with something new. So you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe button if you haven't already. And back later. I'm out.